Okay, let's see if this works. No extra noise, hopefully. I'll bring Wendy on as soon as I see her. Hey guys. Okay, here we go. Hi.
Hi. Hi. You sound better.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Okay.
Do you,
Maybe if yours is on mute. Let me see. How do I do that? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't, I don't see a mute button, but it sounds fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I
I deleted like all the outside and stuff, but yeah, it's like going. I'll tell you what. Here, I'll just introduce you, and then maybe I'll jump off and see if the noise goes away. Okay. So for those of you joining us, this is the third speaker in my Come Clean in 2019 series. So far, we've had intuitive eating, Come Clean for your diet addiction. We've had Come Clean with movement and grace with Julia Chang, and Caitlin Ball was our intuitive eating. And now this week we have Amy Lee, or Amy K, doing with from Decluttered. And in case you guys have all been under a rock, decluttering is the keyword for January 2019. If you have not seen the Marie Kondo or heard of it on Netflix, thanks to her, everybody is KonMari folding and decluttering their house. And like I was telling Amy before, I haven't seen the show, but at this point, I don't think I need to, because based on all the social media posts, I'm pretty sure I can KonMari fold and declutter my house in my sleep. But the thought of that is overwhelming. So anyways, I'm going to turn it over to Amy. If you're local to Charleston, she is your resident decluttering expert. Make sure you check out her site. I'm sure she'll drop everything below. But today she's just going to share some tips with us on how we can, I guess, come clean in 2019. So I'm super excited. Thanks for coming. And I will hop off, and hopefully that will help with the noise. And if I have any questions, I will type them in the comment bar. But so excited to have you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, hopefully, Wendy, do you want to just let me know, type something, let me know that everything sounds okay, because it sounds better from my perspective now. But anyway, yes, I have been decluttering for a few years now, and it has been life-changing. And if you have been watching Marie Kondo's show, or just your friends on Facebook decluttering, you will see that it has been life-changing for them as well. And the reason for that is clutter equals stress. When you have clutter and piles of clothes or paper, hey Daniela, I hope it sounds better. Let me know if it doesn't sound very good. But when we have clutter all over the house, we get overwhelmed, we get stressed, we're looking for something, we can't find it, we're trying to get out the door. All of that is stress. Not to mention all the things that we own, we have to take care of, we have to, keep it in a place, know how to keep it clean, wash it, whatever it is. All of that adds up. So if you have a house full of stuff, oh good, well, that sounds good. The more stuff you have, the more you have to take care of and the more stress you have. So Marie Kondo's, her mantra is the spark joy. So if you've been hearing people say, oh, it sparks joy, it doesn't spark joy, they are referring to Marie Kondo. And what she does is she has you pick up an item, and your intuition should immediately tell you if you should keep it or not. So if it sparks joy, then you're like, yes, it sparks joy, I'll keep it. If it doesn't spark joy, then you get rid of it. But for her method, she wants you to thank it, because it has brought you some joy at some point, or it gave you, pride. This is, she's Japanese, and so I think it's part of her culture too, and I love that she, you have to think, the more connected you are with the things in your home, the better you're going to take care of them and the happier you're going to be in your home. So I like that she thanks it, like, this did bring some value to my life, so I'm going to thank it and let it go and bring someone else value. So that's awesome. What she doesn't talk about is how to get rid of it Like, are you going to donate it? Are you going to hand it to someone else who needs it, like a friend? Are you going to consign something? Are you going to recycle it? Are you going to find another home? Like, she doesn't really go into that detail. That's a huge thing that's important to me. Um, but if you've been watching the series, she has you do the entire house. So she starts from your clothes and all the way through. She does sentimental items last. That would be like your photos, yearbooks, things from when you were a child, your kids' baby stuff, whatever it may be. And that takes a lot of time, like a lot of time. Like, and it's a work in progress. Once you declutter and organize, you have to maintain it and you have to find what works. So sometimes you might do your kitchen and you think, okay, I'm totally done. But then you say, okay, this isn't really working. I'm going to go back and switch it. So to do your whole house can be overwhelming, but I don't want you guys to think I have to do my whole house to be totally done. You have to do progress more than just perfection. Because if you choose one drawer a day to declutter, that is movement in the right direction. If you can do one room a week, it's whatever you have time for. As long as you keep moving forward, that is the most important thing. Um, so I'm sorry, I took notes on my phone. I was planning on going live from my laptop and look at my phone for notes. So I'm trying to do it from memory, and I've been suffering from mommy brain for the past 6 years. So my I'm always not so it's tight up there. So anyways, I'm gonna give you 5 tips on what you can do today to, or within the next week, just 5 things that you can do on a regular basis to help you feel tidy, to clear the clutter out, come clean in 2019. So if you don't have time to do your whole house, because that takes a lot of time, but you can totally do it. It just takes time. You have to be committed. But I will tell you these things that you can do to help get you going in that direction. Because honestly, if you can do these 5 things and get in the habit of doing them, then tackling the whole house or doing your whole closet will seem so much easier. So the first thing to do every day is make your bed. And I know this, some people are already in this habit and some people hate it. And I used to never make my bed. I don't have time to do one drawer. I know. So just start small. We're just gonna start small. Start with, like, if you have a cup of stuff, of clutter, start with a cup. Just do one little thing a day. That is progress. So start by making your bed every day. The bed is the center of your room. So if you can, and I'm not just saying like throw that, sometimes I just like throw the comforter over the pillows, and that's not the same. You gotta take the pillows off. If you have a flat sheet, pull it all the way to the top, flatten it out. If you really want to go the extra mile, tuck it in, tuck it in the sides. Take your other blankets, comforter all the way to the top. Then you put your pillows, make it nice, and then if that's the only thing you do all day to declutter or to clean your house, you will have that one spot that will make your whole room shine. So try to make your bed at least every morning. That will set your tone off, the tone of the day off really, really well. You'll have an accomplishment first thing of the day, and every time you walk into your room, it will feel great. So start with that. The second thing, clear your countertops. So having a clear countertop, that's that line of sight, to have that clutter free is huge. So I know that could be a daunting task depending on how much clutter you have on your counters right now, but just start with one. Whatever your smallest counter in your house is, look at that counter first. Maybe it's like a half bath. Start there. Make sure everything you have on there is what you want, what you need. Clean it, keep it tidy, and be done. Then move on to the next counter and the next counter. But if you can keep minimal clutter on all your counters, that is huge. Think about if you're staging a house to sell it, right? The counters are always clean. They don't have piles of paper or whatever. We can go deeper and find home for those later, but just try to keep it clean, get homes for those other things. Keep those counters clean. That takes me to the second layer. If we need to keep the floors clean as well. So I don't mean like baskets on the floor, I mean clutter on the floor. So when you open your closet, do you have things stored on the floor of your closet? Do you have things stored in the floor of your bathroom or anything like that? Get it off the floor, And that line of sight will be huge. Like under the bed, that's huge. Make sure you can't see that clutter. I take everything out from underneath the bed. I don't have any storage under my beds. That just makes the whole room that much cleaner. So make your bed every morning, clear the counters, clear the floors. Another item is the clothes. Okay, not cleaning out your whole closet. I'm talking about at the end of the day, everyone or a lot of us have the chair, right? Where your shirt isn't quite dirty enough to be washed, but not quite clean enough to be hung up. Okay, we've all done that. So, my advice is either pick one. If it's not clean enough to hang in your closet, just wash it. If not, have an in-between spot that's not the chair, right? A chair isn't for holding clothes. So what I recommend is get like a hook, maybe just one hook, maybe allow this hook to have one item on it a day that you allow those in-between clothes to be on, and that's it. If you have more than that, if you have a jacket, a vest, a pair of pants, then don't allow yourself to hang it on top of that hook on top of the clothes, right? One item on the hook, and then either put it away or wash it and be done. Okay, so put those clothes away at the end of every day. Then when you walk into your closet in the morning or open your doors, whatever it is, you won't have clothes all over the floor. Keep the floor clean. Okay, so that was 4. Good. We're on the right track. Number 5. Do not, and Marie Kondo, I agree with her on this. She does not say go out and buy a lot of bins to make it look pretty. Because if you don't declutter before you organize, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're just putting, like, what do they call it? Lipstick on a pig. It's making your clutter look prettier, but you're not lowering your stress. You're not being more organized. You're just making more chaos. It's just looking a little nicer, but now you've just spent more money. Where instead, if you can declutter first and then get the bins, you know exactly what you need, you know the exact size, the exact functionality, and if you've gotten rid of enough stuff, you could have sold some items, consigned them, sell on Facebook, and then use that money to buy the bins. So then you're not more in the hole, it's actually more beneficial. But also, hold on, I'm getting there. Yeah, that's just going to stress you out more. You're just hiding the clutter. If you don't attack the clutter first, you're never going to feel that sense of relief because you've just thrown everything in a basket. And guess what? The things in the bottom of the basket, you're never going to see those again. And that's going to stress you out even more. So before you go buy any baskets or any organizational anything like drawer organizers, don't do that. If you want to buy anything, go buy that one hook for your closet to put that one in between article of clothing on. And you can use that. But besides that, right, I know we're all guilty of it, and we're tired at the end of the day and you just want to get in your PJs and get into bed. But really, those are the little things that make such a big difference. So make your bed every day, clear your counters, clear your floors, get your hook, or just put your clothes away on the hanger or in the hamper. And don't buy bins until you're ready. And listen, I know we all want to look like our house to look like the Real Simple magazine or Good Housekeeping, whatever. But it's not going to feel as good with just the baskets there. That's not making your life any more sane. It's just going to make it harder to find things. So, and more expensive. So, yeah. But once you do, thank you, Wendy. And I have those typed out. I can totally give them to you first. And now the baby's crying. Y'all, I had guests in town this weekend, and my kids were like showing off the whole weekend, and it was so exhausting. And I was so excited to just like rest today. And then I forgot we were having a leak in our house. And so the leak guy came, and he was here forever. And now Ruby's up again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, mom life. So yeah. So if you can do those things, those 5 things, thank you for the recap, Wendy. That will make a difference in your home. That will make it feel cleaner. But really, truly, what you need to do is clear the clutter. So if you don't have the time to do the Marie Kondo thinking, I mean, some things like your junk drawer, you don't need to spark joy. It's trash, it's recycling, whatever. But everything needs to have a home eventually. These are your long-term goals. Declutter, only keep what brings you value, and give everything a home, okay? So your keys should go in the same spot every day. Your clothes should go in the same spots every day. You know, homework, mail, your kitchen utensils, where you keep your cleaning supplies, whatever you buy, it needs to have a home. So once you declutter, you need to have pride over your space and think about how hard you work to declutter, and then recycle and donate. Yes. But when you're buying something, think about it. Don't We shop so much for fun, you know, which is great, but we don't think about, okay, I'm buying this item. What is it going to take care of it, and where am I going to put it in my home? This needs to have a home in my home. And if you think of it that way, instead of just, oh, I want it, it looks cute, I'm going to buy it. If you think about where it belongs in your home, it's a totally different perspective. So you have to be like that guard for your house and protect it from things coming in that don't bring you value. Because if you declutter and you don't change the way you buy things, that clutter is just going to creep right back in, and it's going to be just as stressful. So it is a shift in our behavior, but it's totally worth it, and you can totally do it. And if you guys need extra help, just let me know. This is definitely my passion, so I'm happy to give as many tips and tricks as possible. But I wanted to keep this short and not ramble on. So let me know if you have any questions. And thank you so much, Wendy, for having me. I'm loving the other speakers, and I can't see what 2019 has for all of us. So thank you. Bye, everyone.